All right, we're here with head coach John Cooper after an 81-72 win over Western Illinois. Coach, your opening statement.
Well, interesting game. I thought the first couple of minutes we were okay, and then we just sort of went into a lull, and they played better than us. I thought Mike, I hope I pronounced his name right, McLusick. Heck, I didn't even know who he was. He had been out. He had been suspended or whatever. He was serving a suspension, and he comes out, and boy, does he play well in the first half. And then, of course, C.J. Duff is making shots. So we've got quite a few problems at that point with Covington. We know he's their dude, as I say, their leading scorer, but those two kids, popped their head up. We come out in the second half, and we talked about in the locker room getting off to a good start, and we promptly turn it over, give up a layup, come down, no pass, jump shot, miss. They go score, and there you have it. I think it was a 3 or 4 point game half, and I think it's a 9 point game that quick. So we obviously didn't do a very good job at all. I guess they said to heck with listening to coach to start the second half. And then there was a point there where we really just, we're searching, trying to get a group that could give us some energy and figure out a way to make some shots, because we went a long stretch without making baskets. We had some open threes and just couldn't knock any down. I thought Milos gave us a terrific lift defensively, knocked down a shot. I thought Logan, of course, was very good, brought energy, rebounded the ball, scored the ball inside. That's the Logan we want to see every day, and it's not about the points. It's about the energy. It's about being involved and having a print on the game. Jake shot the ball very well. Marcus did a good job just doing multiple things for us. And Mike probably had one of the games of all his games. This is probably the game he struggled the most. Was inconsistent, had some turnovers that he shouldn't have had, and you got to learn from him. Plays poor, in my opinion, still gets 19 points, so there you have it. But having said that, we had a point, I think it was about from the 13-minute mark to about the 5-minute mark, to where I think we were down 10 and we ended up being up 10 at that point. So we were able to do some things there, make some shots, get some stops, and that helped. And one thing I do know is none of them are easy, and I'll take feeling this way, not happy, and wins every single time.
All right, open up for questions.
During the stretch where you came back from down 10 to take the lead, you had 7 different players score points in that little run there.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say to you about this team?
Well, I think on a given night we've got multiple kids that are capable of making shots and giving us some production offensively. We had 3 kids, Jake, Mike, and Logan, that were in double figures. Rod shows up down the stretch of the game and makes a couple really big buckets for us. The drive from the top of the key and then the move when he pounded it down inside. So he ends up with 8 points and, just those things. I mean, Dion was a non-factor tonight. He struggled early and so in many ways we're searching, trying to find someone that could give us that energy and everything else. But, I do love the fact that we have multiple guys that are capable of giving us some points from different places. Marcus, I think he made 5 free throws, so Marcus gives us 5 points off the bench. And then, of course, we have Milo. So you take those 2, that's 11 points from 2 freshmen that are off the bench. We like that.
Logan mentioned that he was challenged this week, and it seemed like he responded to that challenge. If you can get the inside going, and he was talking a little bit with the rules and the fouls and everything, he'd be kind of a nice guy to have at the line a lot, wouldn't he?
Yes, absolutely. He made free throws, and he was challenged. And Logan McLean's a terrific kid, but what I saw last week was not it wasn't playing with a purpose. It's like we tell them all the time in the locker room, guys, the reason you play the game is because you loved it. So you can't lose that, the love for it, the passion. It can't become a job. And we have to do the things that the coaching staff is asking you to do. And he sat on the bench for 2 games. And, to his credit, he owned up to it, came and saw me. And, of course, he didn't play, I don't think, until about the 10-minute mark of the first half, somewhere in there. But he was able to do some things. In fact, I think it helped him. As soon as he came in, he got a bucket on an under OB play. So I think, that got his energy going. But, the activity is what I'm talking about, just the activity. 9 rebounds, you don't get those just standing around. Okay, and then we've got to get Darius back on the boards, on the defensive boards. Darius has probably played the last, 38 minutes without a defensive rebound. So we've got to get that fixed. We've got to get him going to hunt the basketball. So those are the kind of things we've got to do.
Their numbers weren't off the chart as far as field goal percentage, 44% in the first half, and dipped a little bit in the second half after that little run at the beginning and everything. But they were a pretty good shooting team, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, Duff makes, the threes today, so that changes them. Covington gets it going down the stretch. I mean, at least, and I watched them, and I did the scout myself. To me, they were a team. And if you watch them in their previous games, they really, really beat teams off the bounce, okay? And you knew Covington was the guy, and then Ankrum was a kid that was also making shots. Ankrum just didn't play well today. But, they go 9 of 26 from 3. So, it's 33%. Take 26 of them, you can live with that. But the 4 of 8 is what really hurt us with C.J. Duff. And, and then when he made them, I want to say he made maybe 4 in a row. 3 or 4, but and then it looked like every one of them was going in, so that is always a problem. But they did a good job of moving the basketball. They went through a stretch there, even early in the second half. They were moving the ball, whipping it around, getting good shots. We scored, they scored. We scored a 2, they scored a 3. Right back down, it was going back and forth, and that wasn't the recipe for success. But lucky for us, we were able to get on a little roll there and get it going offensively. And get some stops defensively.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right, Logan. Team was able to turn things around in the second half. I think trailing by 10 with about 10 minutes left and really flip that around. What was the team able to do to make an adjustment and get that big run at the end?
We were able to get stops, and Coach Coop said at halftime he wanted kills, which is 3 stops in a row. He wanted 13 of them, so we just tried to put together as many of those as we could, and then we let the offense come to us. We didn't rush anything. We just played our game.
Logan, looked like you had a certain look in your eye today, whether, I don't know if I'd call it aggressiveness or whatever, determination might be the word. What was going on with you today? You had a nice game out there.
I'll say the coaches brought it out of me this week. We had that tournament this past weekend, and I didn't do so good. So they kept pushing me every day of practice this week to just bring it out of me, and it came out. It showed finally.
Is there anything to maybe you look particularly decisive? Maybe not every trip up and down the court, but there were some times, especially when you were, getting to the hoop and everything, where you looked really decisive about what you were doing. Is that one of the secrets to you being able to produce?
Yeah, I just have to stay aggressive the whole game, and by me being aggressive, the defenses will try to double team or do whatever to me, and then I'm a good passer, so I can get my other teammates involved. So just try to do that today.
I know Coach likes to get to the foul line a lot, just with everybody in
Yes,
general.
sir.
And with you, if you could get there, that would actually kind of play into one of your strengths, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir. Just being aggressive. The rules have changed since last year, so it's a lot easier to get fouled. So just tried to stay aggressive throughout the whole game and just play.
How do you think this team's going to be able to do in time? I realize it's a work in progress right now with so many younger players and
Yeah.
everything, but how do you think it's going to be able to fare in time as far as the inside game and the boards?
I think we'll be pretty good. We just got to keep working every day. Got to get the other bigs to play their game and do what they're capable of, and then just keep gelling together, and we'll be all right.
What I found interesting was during that run where you guys came back from the 10-point deficit and took the lead, you had 7 different players score in that run, and Michael was on the bench for a lot of that run. What does that say about this team?
We got a lot of weapons. We got a lot of weapons, and we have to use them all to be successful.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Thanks, Logan.
Thank you.